Hey all, welcome to Parker's Reefs. On today's episode, we're going to check out the huge range of fish, corals and dry goods at Williamstown Aquarium. Alright, thank you for joining me on yet another episode of Parker's Reefs, and as touched on in the intro, today we are heading just a little way up the highway from my place. It's almost my local fish store, Williamstown Aquarium, located on this side of the West Gate in Melbourne, Australia. It is a big store, and I always love to visit Jack and the team there. They have a huge range, firstly of fish, but also coral and then dry goods, so something for everyone. But also not just marine stuff, they do carry quite a good range of freshwater goods as well. So no matter where you are in your aquarium journey, you're guaranteed to have a good time at Williamstown Aquarium, and I'm super excited to be able to take you there today. So without any further ado, let's roll the footage at Williamstown Aquarium. Alright, here we are, Williamstown Aquarium on this beautiful Melbourne day. This store now contains both sides of this building, which has a large car park dedicated for all aquarium stores out the front, easily accessed via that major road there. Now, before we get any dizzier, let's follow the sign and do as it says and enter in here. Now, as you can see, Williamstown Aquarium is full to the brim of fish, corals, dry goods, so we'll do our best to cover everything. And when you look over to the right here, one of the first things you see is this freezer, which has a good range of foods, from some that I see fairly often through to ones like this down here, the Pygmy Angel formula, which in my tank is currently hammers, but does contain some food specifically for dwarf angels. I'll just pop a filter on the camera and we'll come across here to have a look at this revamped display tank that Jack and the team here are setting up as a soft coral display, and it has some pretty cool fish in it, from this unicorn or maybe a Thompson's tang there through to this purple tang, which you can see has been a little bit of a cheeky bugger, orange shoulder tang there, fox face, some antheas. That orange shoulder is beautiful, but check this guy out. This is a near fully grown coral catfish, which is not something you see very often at all. And what a cool and unique looking fish he is. I love those big whiskers he's got going on there. Just not something you see in a saltwater aquarium all that often. So super cool to see that. Plenty of frosted fire bubble tips in there, but we'll pan across here and check out some more coral tanks. Or I do spot a little Red Sea display tank over there, so we might go check that out. We'll have a look behind the counter when Jack's a little less busy. I don't want to interrupt his customers, but having a look at this Red Sea display here, Jack does tell me this is fairly freshly set up, this one here, and you see the logo proud on the front left there, and all doing well by the looks of things. It's still a fairly new tank, but when you've got SBS with polyp extension, you've got difficult corals like Trachyphilias like this guy here, looking that nice and fat and fluffy. Things are doing well. So this runs completely the Red Sea program, from their tank, their equipment to their supplements, and I got to say, it's a testament to how well their program works. Things are looking good in there, and I believe this tank has only been running for a few months. And look at those blastos, absolutely taking over that bit of the rock. And this trachea down here, beautiful colors on that, nice and fat, even got its little feeder tentacles out, quite like that. Nice little baby Cinaria frag there, little hungry scolly frag there. Beautiful indeed. And then I think that's a lettuce coral there. I call it a lettuce coral anyway. Looking cool there. Really nice diverse range of corals in this tank. So they're doing well, and that's right next to the fridge, which has a couple of different ranges of copepods in there. You can see Tisbe copepods, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce that one, but also some Fido in there as well. So good range of live goods there. And I'll have a quick look down this side of the dry goods before we get behind the counter. And you can see they have so much stuff here for both freshwater and saltwater. So you got some filter wool from the AMS brand there, which I believe is Williamstown's own brand. Go through to Aussie filters, fluval filters, and then when you come around the corner, there's all sorts of treasures over here. So this section is one of my favorites, and I think something that all stores should do. Although before we get to that, I just noticed this massive fish net there, 12-inch fish net. But when you have a look over here, this is the RODI section that Williamstown have, and not only do they have full filter kits ready to go, they've got individual components, so you could build your own RODI filter with these canisters if you wanted to. They've got all the tools there. Very importantly, they've got a huge range of fittings here. So all sorts of taps, one-way valves, you've got Y pieces, restrictors, check valves, And then obviously you've got replacement membranes, you've got carbon blocks like this one here. Then you come across to sediment filters. And of course you've got all of the different colors of John Guest tubing there, or at least a 1/4" quick connect tubing, I should say. Moving on from that, you've got some things like gravel vacs, you've got some basic freshwater lights, and then you get into a massive range of dry foods from tropical to ocean nutrition, hikari, plenty to pick from there, up into some salifate test kits. Of course, you've got the Red Sea test kits and Red Sea range of supplements. But we'll move on to the corals because we'll go and have a look at the dry goods behind the counter in a second. Having a look at the bulk buy discounts here. 3 or 4, you get 10 off. 5 or more, you get 20% off. And true to form with some of the display tanks we've seen so far, you can see we've got some good trackies in there. Got a nice little Utter Chaos Zoa frags as well. But these trackies are very nice. Jack's done well here. There's some very high-end pieces in there. Nice clam as well. That is got nice little potential of color and pattern on it, a little bit of both, which is always nice. Coming across into some slightly more basic trackies, and there's some really cool colored cynarias there. There's a pretty special Trucophilia up the back there. Into some scollies. These elephant ear morphs down the bottom there are sweet as, really nice color to them. You got some more basic scollies, although that's a nice little bleeding apple scolly frag. But check out this monstrous Trucophilia here that Jack did get in for a special customer of his, and what a showpiece it is. I might even see if I can get Jack just to pick it up from that back corner so we can have a real good look at all the size of it, not to mention the colors and patterns on it. And here we go. He has obliged, which is very kind of him. I've managed to get the camera to really filter in. Look at the colors on that. The greens, the yellows, the pinks, the reds, the blues, and Jack's hand has completely disappeared behind this piece, and it's only going to get bigger from there. So what a stunning showpiece that is. Really showcasing the level of coral that Williamstown can get in for you. Not just the stuff they carry on hand, but the stuff they can get in if you're chasing a specific showpiece. So that's an absolute stunner, that one. But as you can see, there's plenty more in this tank. The scollies in there are all quite nice indeed. Truckie's pretty hard to beat though, I will admit. Now, if we have a look at the tank up behind there, you can see some Monties, got some basic torch, some big showpiece elegance. We've got some nice gold frog spawns, some frammers, some hammers, some reverses, some more frog spawns there, some slightly different ones, some blotchies, a good assortment of different pieces in there. You see the extra large Cataphilias going at 125 each, which is quite affordable. You see the coral bay goes right down there and then across the other side, so we'll be sure to check out both sides of this system, and then we will jump onto the huge range of fish that Williamstown currently have in at the moment. So looking in here, you can see this is some basic corals in here, from some fluffy morphs, some xenias, onto some of your leathers, coming onto some rhodactis. You got some star polyps here, both the green and the standard variants there. Pretty nice, healthy looking star polyps, I will say. Look at that big piece there, completely loving life. Coming across in here, we've got some nice gonies up the back there, some nice rhodactis. You got a big bubble coral here, some more gonies along the front here. That one's got quite interesting colors, I will admit. Coming over here, this is quite nice here. This piece is red with yellow through it. I'll see if it's got a name or a price to go with. Yeah, that'll be the Sunset, I'm guessing, by the colors on it. And it's one of those ones you really need to see in person to really get the color of it. But it's a stunning piece with reds and yellows. Onto some big heliofungias there, some basic cynarias. This small polyp bubble coral is quite nice. Some fungias, but what have I spotted in here? This ceramic pot has the brightest gold Hedoni I've seen for some time. Have a look at that. Stunning piece. I might see if I can get Jack to get his hands wet again for us and see if we can get a slightly better look at that. And again, he's been more than kind to oblige us. And have a look at that. That is so bright. To get that level of yellow or gold in your tank is near unheard of, and I believe this is a customer's piece that was struggling a little bit, and Jack is just bringing back to full health, and it looks like it's well and truly on its way. Coming across here, you can see some more bubbles, some helios, a good assortment of Cataphilias or elegants there. some little Trachyphilias on the side there, and then we move on to some live rock. So you've got premium live rock here, don't mind me as I get tongue twisted. You've got some base live rock there, and then if we come up the end here is the inverts. You see a nice little assortment here of redline cleaner shrimp that, yes, for our American friends, they do cost a fortune in Australia. We cannot import inverts, and they're quite difficult to collect here. So we pay a very pretty penny for those redline cleaners. But you have a look at this anemone tank at the end here. There are reds, there's greens, there's some basic sort of sandy coloured ones in there, but they are all loving life in that system, stretching out as far as they can. Some nice cucumbers in there too, or burnt sausages, I think. And then you see the other side of the rock tanks here, so that's your base rock there. Heading down the bottom here, you've got some dry base rock here that does sell at quite affordable prices here at Williamstown. And then you got the scales and tubs there, so you can weigh that all up. And then we get onto the other side of the coral system. So this is a fair old Euphilia wall along here. The team have stacked this to the rim with plenty of hammers and torches and froggies. So these are some big pieces in here, I got to say. A nice magnificent fox face keeping all pests away. But you got torches, you got that big hammer back there. I don't know if I can really give you an idea of the size of that, but it is like basketball size, absolutely massive. Some big froggies in here. These are Queensland frog spawns, I believe, with that really nice large extension on them, so you get really good visibility of that green and purple. You can see the prices of them there in Australian dollars, of course, for big showpiece size pieces. Got some nice hammers in here, some large gold hammers. This is quite a showpiece, probably about fist size, that one. A big fist, I would say, maybe softball sized. Have a look at one of those froggies back there, extending just like I mentioned before. So you got a nice wall of your sort of common torches there. So you're brown with the green tips, which I say common, but not to take anything away from them. They are very nice and bright. And then coming over here, we've got Turbinarias, Duncans, we've got some Lobos or Patchies. That red one, it's got some new growth on it, which is bright yellow, which is cool to see. Having a look here, some war corals, some Favias, coming across into some more Scollies there. We've also got, let's have a look, some more Favias, some Chalice, some nice toxic candy canes there. See the nice yellow eye chalice there, and you can see some nice acans down the bottom there as well. Coming across into the SBS space, you can see some big stags up the back there, some blue digis, into some pectinias. Nice, some of those frags of that, what I'm calling the lettuce coral. Looks like you've got some branching turbinaria there as well, which is nice, and some Samacora frags there, which are quite bright as well. But I did promise we would have a look behind the counter when Jack had finished serving all of his customers, and you can see the just continuation of dry goods for days here, moving from pumps to Coral Essentials supplements, through to some return pumps. You've got the Red Sea dosing pumps, dosing containers. You've got your Helios brand up there, Siche pumps. You've got automatic top-off units. Plenty of goods. And Jack tells me that one of his new products that's been very popular of late is this Fritz Zyme, which has gotten, I think they call it 9 live nitrifying bacteria. He says the product is fantastic at getting rid of any sort of ammonias and nitrites instantly, as quickly as overnight. But he does say you need a decent amount of it, depending on the size of your tank, of course. So, you know, if you're wanting to, if you need to sort of recycle a tank after moving it or something like that, check out the Fritz Zyme there. You see all the Aquaforest products here, and then some of the Red Sea things that I spoke about before. And then, of course, not to be forgotten, our ICP and NDOC test kits from Triton there. And then you come back onto that big wall of foods that I talked about before. You get a little bit more of the freshwater fertilizers and supplements there. And then if we come down this way and peer around to our left in here, here is the whole other side of Williamstown Aquarium, which is their, this is kind of their tank room. This is where you can see, obviously, you've got ornaments as well for your freshwater systems and your backdrops and things like that. But what you have in here is a whole heap of tanks set up so you can really compare them and see what you're getting for your money. So going from your basic sort of freshwater tanks, either custom made or Aqua One items like that, through to ones like this, which are quite interesting. These are sort of your all-in-one system with that back chamber. They come in a couple of different sizes, and I can imagine these would be very reasonably priced and would be super easy to set up as a nice little basic reef system, which is good to see. And then you come across into your Aqua One mini reef system. So you got the mini reef 90, 120, up to your 160 there. Plenty of those in stock. You even have for starters, the pricing of them and showing what is included with that, but then also the recommended extras, which I quite like as well. For those who are considering setting up a system, they know exactly what they're up for there, which is good. And then you come over here, we go into the Reef Sys, which is basically the same again, but it doesn't have that equipment. And then up the back here, you've got some Petworks tanks and some Cade tanks. Now in the center here, there is all sorts of substrates really for freshwater systems. You can see Texas Holy Rock there, and then you move on to some of these other sort of rocks that I do not know the name of, but do look beautiful in those freshwater systems. But I've been promising we have a look, oh, I should say there's a nice little aquascaping area here. I've been promising that Williamstown Aquarium have a heap of fish in to show you this week, and we will get to those. You can see a nice amount of driftwood there. I do just want to have a quick look at some of the freshwater fish first. Not a very in-depth look, but there is a couple of items in here I really wanted to show you, because even as someone who knows absolutely nothing about freshwater fish, there were some things here of interest. Starting over here, you've got some really nice shrimp in here, and I got to say, freshwater shrimp have got my attention. I know they're very popular at the moment, easy to care for. They come in bright colors, they're quite affordable. And yeah, they don't need a large tank, so they're very, very popular in the cost of living crisis that we are currently in. You can see the price of those guys there. And then, of course, you've got a huge range of living plants here as well, so it's not just those plastic ornaments out the back. So the freshwater side of the hobby, Williamstown Aquarium have you absolutely covered. Heaps of substrates of all different sizes and colors and types here, depending on the type of system you're wanting to set up. And then, of course, they have a huge amount of freshwater fish, starting over here with some beautiful betas with some different colors. Have a look at this guy here, full sort of dapple color on there, real marbled through. And then you've got some of those ones with those long spiky fins and stuff like that. I'm not going to go through all of the freshwater fish here because I don't know what almost any of them are, apart from your neon tetras. You've got that big UV up there keeping all the fish systems nice and healthy though. But there is one fish in all of these tanks here that I wanted to show you, and it's right down the bottom corner there. I will just point out you've got a heap of goldfish as well, always popular for ponds and things. But this tank down here that is chock-a-block, full of these very bright little fish here. What is super cool about these are blind cave tetras, and I wouldn't call them blind. They actually have no eyes. These tetras, I'm assuming that because if they're called blind cave tetras, they normally live in a cave where there's no light, so they have no need for eyes. And super weird seeing fish with no eyes swimming around, but they're very, very active, probably trying to find a way out of the cave, I don't know, or who knows in the freshwater world. But I did promise we'd have a look at the marine fish, so let's come around into the big marine fish U-shape. You will see this screen on the front here. This is how Williamstown Aquarium price their fish. They don't have them listed on the tanks. It's all categorized out the front here, which makes it much, much easier for the team to keep the prices updated and new fish added as you go. So you can see, you look at fish, you go to angelfish, you pick the type you're looking for, and then you can see the price, depending on the size or whatever is in there. You see the yellow ones listed there are the specials for the week, and goes right through to your inverts as well. So let's jump on in and check out this huge range of fish that Williamstown have on offer for us. Starting off with a nice square block anthea, some damsels. You got a nice Clarky pair of clowns there. They are freaking out. I probably would too, now that I can see my reflection in the glass there. Coming on down to some nice banana or canary wrasse there. Nice mandarin on the base with them. Coming across here, look at these beautiful clown pairs. That's a nice mature storm clown pair there, gorgeous indeed. Nice butterfly. You see a flame hawk in the bag there, either acclimating in or getting ready to be picked up. Up into a nice, again, a nice mature pair of clowns. Looks like a standard pair of ockies there. Coming across here, please do ignore that hideous reflection in the glass there. No wonder these poor fish are scared. Coral Beauty Angel, nice bright colors on him there. Coming on down, we've got your traditional pair of Ockie clowns there with Dory. what a mix that is. Disney's made very, very popular. But yeah, blue tang in there with a pair of Ockie clowns. Coming across here into looks like some scissor-tail gobies. You got a nice skunk clown there, but those scissor-tail gobies are quite nice. The poor old skunk's a bit terrified of me. Coming across here, I think these might be Melanaris wrasse. There's plenty of them in there, so plenty to see in there. But we'll keep on rolling. You see more square blocks. Looks like a bristletooth there. Poor bristletooth is terrified of me. Down here into this nice emperor, you got looks like some nice clowns in there as well. A little bit jittery, unfortunately for them. Up into some nice Bangai, not Bangai, pajama cardinals there. Have not seen those for a little while. The Bangais took a while to come back, and now the pajamas are back too. Into some more wrasse down here, some more clowns, and thankfully for that little clownfish, this big eel is in this container, because otherwise I'm pretty sure he'd take that clownfish. But what a stunning animal that is. And then over here you got some beautiful fish. Check out the Borbonius anthea there. Nice, gorgeous sleeper goby there. That might be a diamond sleeper goby, I think. Have a look at that wrasse in there too. Beautiful colours on him. Bright purple back on him. Stunning. And then over to the first of many beautiful gem tangs that Williamstown have in this week. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Very peaceful for a tang, and you can't go too wrong with them when they look like that, and at a very nice price indeed. We've got another eel in here. This one looks like a, I think what they call these snowflake eels in there, a little bit smaller, but still do like to nibble on fish. Into a sohole, which is not a fish I've seen a lot of over the last few years. Nice juvenile sohole. Looks like another eel in there as well. And then heading up to the systems up the top, what's hiding in this PVC? Looks like a nice little Scopaz tang there. Again, the poor little fella's hiding from my reflection. I don't blame him at all, but trying to get him on footage without scaring him too much. And the next fish look like they're hiding in there. We've got a nice bristle-tooth here. Looks like a keyhole angel in there. Coming across, ooh, another nice gem tang. Look at him stretch those fins out. Yellow line cardinals and some clowns in there. Check out this little guy here. A gorgeous juvenile purple tang. He looks very, very young indeed. And look how bright the yellow and purple is. Stunning fish. Plenty of people have been chasing purple tangs. Have a look at Mr. Angry here, the clown tang, doing what unfortunately he will probably do in your tank and terrorize everything. At the moment it's just him in there though, so he can terrorize away. Down here into another sohole. Looks like his tank mate might be a 6-line wrasse. So a couple of angry boys in there. Have a look at this wrasse, bright red, absolutely gorgeous. Another juvenile purple tang in there. Looks like a chocolate goby in there with him. Over into some more bananas here. A little Thompson tang, I think that one is. Coming across over here, there's another one of those beautiful wrasse there. Have a look at that. Oof, so bright. I will need to find out what kind he is. Not sure if it's a flasher or a fairy. You got a bristletooth in with him. Another of the gorgeous gem tangs there. Beautiful indeed. Looks like something hiding in the pipe there. I'm going to assume that's a dog-faced puffer. Over to some engineer gobies. There's also, yeah, a gem in that tank. You got a bristletooth as well. So many fish here at Williamstown, always a huge range. And you can see when they get things like the gems that they've been waiting for a while, they stock up, so you're not going to miss out. Beautiful sailfin there. He's also a little bit scared of my reflection. Poor chap indeed. Have a look at this. We've got a, looks like a, ooh, I'm not sure what type of tang that is, but he's nice. And then a beautiful pink tail trigger. This guy is absolutely stunning. Fish like this is sort of what makes you want to consider a predator tank, in my opinion. Lionfish, not so much. The initial draw of those when you're new to the hobby, I think wears out fairly quick, but a pink tail trigger, absolutely gorgeous. Down to some Clarky clowns there. You got some coral gobies just chilling on the edge of the glass there and on the sand and, well, everywhere. They're busy. You got a powder grey in there. Looks like this system's got some more beautiful wrasse in there. Couple there paired up, it looks like. Very nice indeed. Some dotty backs in there too. Looks like a royal dotty back in with him. Coming across over to the next batch of systems, got some gold nugget clowns. Juvenile little golden head sleeper goby there. I don't think I've ever seen one that small. He is about half the size of a pinky finger. Tiny. Coming across here, looks like a blue-lined angel in with, to be fair, another fairly juvenile pair of chocolate gobies. So, yeah, really nice indeed. The powder brown in here is going to stir his tank mate up there, and yeah, they're freaking out, so I'll leave them be. You got a coral beauty and another gem in there, some more gold nuggets in here. Looks like a more mature emperor angel in with those there. He's going to just hide in that pipe. He does not want to look at me at all, which is fair enough. We'll leave him be. Even when I poke around the corner, he's going to try and reverse out of there, but that's all right. Onto some assessors, yellow and blue assessors, another coral beauty up there. Nice little juvenile harlequin tusk down here. This poor guy, he's trying to hide in the darkness from me, but you see when they're juvenile, they don't have colors, and then you've got some big mature pajama cardinals there. Have a look at this little guy, a nice little flame hawk chilling out there. I'm not sure if he realizes he's nowhere near the size of that pipe, but he's happy. Nice pair of snowflake clowns in here. They've got nice patterns on them as well. Got an orchid dotty back, I think, in with them as well. Up onto a big, beautiful trigger. And yeah, I don't know what it is. I got such a soft spot for triggers. Nice little baby scopaz there and a beautiful gold spot rabbit. Very, very nice. He's in there with a, I think it's a blue face angel. Another nice little coral muncher, but it's what you got to consider when you've got so many fish. It's not all about reef safe fish. Sometimes it's fish only systems. And look at these antheas in here. I think these are Cooper's antheas. The colors on those are stunning, very, very vibrant. And then you come across to another one of my favorite fish. I say favorite, I would not put them in my tanks, but the Talbot damsel here. Cheap, hardy fish that has colors like that are hard to go past, but still so many fish to go, so we will keep things rolling. Got a gold spot rabbit there in with a clownfish. We've got a nice big female clown in there. Have a look at the size of her. She barely fits through the 4-inch pipe. Crazy big girl in there. Nice sailfin in there. You got more clarkies, orchid dottybacks. No, very nice wrasse here, potentially a carpenter's wrasse, I think, but I don't know my wrasse all that well, so please excuse me if I've got that one wrong. We've got some more scissor tail gobies or dartfish there. Nice royal dottyback, orchid dottyback, into a interesting little wrasse there. I'm not sure what he is. Got some more of the pajama cardinals, skunk clowns. What else can we find? We're about 2/3 of the way through the fish, so you can see how many they do have here at Williamstown. Always a huge assortment. Looks like a possum wrasse, which is not a fish I've seen for a little while now. Not something that I am all that attracted to, but I know people that like them think they are the best thing since sliced bread. So cool to see a possum wrasse back in stock. Over to looks like a blue-eyed bristle-tooth. You got some more snowflake clowns there. Nice little wrasse in with them. Over to a powder grey and some Clarky clowns. Looks like a bristle-tooth, little coral beauty, some more Clarkies there. Over here, another gem, beautiful gem in there. That one's got quite nice colours and markings. Have a look at this big pair of clownfish in here. She is a good-sized female. Got a little bristle-tooth in there, keeping them honest. And then heading down here, we've got another possum wrasse there. Very nice indeed. Red leopard. You've got some nice clowns in here. Bird nose wrasse. Quite a nice pair of, looks like Picasso clowns in there. Check out these juvenile triggers in here. I don't know what it is. I've got such a soft spot for triggers today. I would never have one in my tank again, but it's still cool to see them nonetheless. Butterfly in there. Beautiful fish. You've got some firefish in here. Some these guys have got the nice colors on them. Forgive me, I've forgotten. They're not the Halfreechies, but they are a nice variation. Angel's not too terrified of the camera, which is going to be one of the first fish of the day that's not scared of the camera, so he could be a keeper. Check out a nice little juvenile trigger in with a massive, oh, actually, that's a nice clownfish up there. Nice, is that a wrasse or a parrot? I think that's a wrasse. Coming up here, little juvenile sailfin, oh, not that juvenile. Over to another very nice gem tang. You got some glass cardinals there. Nice. I'm sure the triggers would like to have a look at those a little bit closer. Another juvenile purple tang. Very, very nice to see. I think they'll be very popular this weekend at Williamstown. Coral beauty angel in there, staple in the industry. A massive Australian stripey there. I dare say that guy's finished his feed of Aptasias, down to some engineer gobies again. They're beautiful. That's a nice, I'm not sure if he's a wrasse or a hog. He might be an 8-line wrasse. I'd need to double check that on their system, but He is a stunner in with a very nice clownfish. Gorgeous, gorgeous pair of fish in there. Coming across here, more clowns, a lawnmower, or red spot blenny, I should say. Pink skunks, some very nice marking clownfish there. Got that perfect sort of puzzle piece on the side. Nice black and white clown there. More coral beauty angels. Up into a bit of a larger sailfin there with a lemon peel angel. Another variation of a bristletooth there, terrified of my reflection. We'll go back down where they don't see my face. Some more skunk clowns in here. Another gem. You've got some more canaries or bananas there. I think they're bananas. What do we got here? Convict tang. They're another fish that I think is criminally underrated. Gorgeous combination of colours, and those stripes stand out from anywhere in the house. Have a look at the big blue-lined angel there. Nice mimic there, but believe it or not, we do have more fish at Williamstown, and there is this centre of the U-shape or the horseshoe fish section, which does have traditionally some of the bigger and smaller fish in it. So these tanks along the top here have got some big guys, and then down the bottom here you'll see some smaller isolated fish. So little Valentina puffy there, gorgeous little baby trigger, very curious looking little guy there. And then we come across here, got another juvenile harlequin tusk. So yeah, again, before he gets his colours, over here into a, that looks like a, is that a pineapple trigger? Or it's one of those ones that are halfway between a trigger and a file. Up here into, I'm pretty sure that's a French angel that's matured. Unique looking fish, high fin snapper in there, white cheek as well. That's a cool looking fish, I like that. But the high fin snapper is definitely something you don't see too often. Some sort of big damsel in there as well. Plenty of pipe in there for those guys to hide in. See a full size mature purple tang in there. Nice Fiji fox face. I can say that I have actually swam through the waters in Fiji where they are out in the wild, which was super cool to see in my snorkeling adventures. At the end of this system, you can actually see the skimmer that maintains this fish system, and that's a pretty serious commercial unit there. It does a great job, so it's just churning away there in the background, which is always nice. Big, another trigger there. I don't know what kind of trigger that is, but a stunner. So if you have a soft spot for triggers and you have a tank suitable for them, or even this nice Stars and Stripes puffer, you know you need to go to Williamstown right now. They are stocked to the brim with gorgeous ones. Nice raccoon butterfly, I think that guy is. Down into some of the smaller isolated systems, little juvenile. He looks like a powder, could even be a powder brown, that guy, if not a powder grey. Very similar fish anyway. This is a beautiful Picasso clown, big mature female there. Stunning patterns on her. Have a look at those white lines, are almost a perfect T on the side. Another juvenile purple and another one of these gorgeous wrasse. I've got to find out what they are because they are stunning. That red, yellow, then white belly. Very, very pretty fish indeed. Coming across into the last couple of fish systems for Williamstown. See another clownfish in there, 6-line wrasse. Up into the big system here. Let's see what we can find. Big, have a look at that big clownfish in there. Massive sailfin in there. Looks like of the Desjardini variation. Obviously a little freaked out by the camera because they've got both sails fully extended. You've got the parrot down here pretending to hide underneath the PVC pipe, but I guess he blends in pretty well, but we can still see him. And then coming across into the final system here, we've got a lipstick, a couple of lipsticks actually, pyramid butterflies, nice big chunky bristle tooth there, more pyramids. And down here, what do we got? Another little puffer here and some dotty backs. Looks like a flag fin angel, I think that is, with a little black splash on the back. Some Clarky clowns, Valentini puffers, a nice little juvenile scopaz there that are going very nicely with those juvenile purple tangs, juvenile sail fins. So stock up the tang gang in your tank with a bunch of juveniles now. And you can see from that quick walk around, I'm out of breath because this marine fish list here at Williamstown is off the charts. They have so many fish in. If you are looking for fish, do yourself a favor, head on in, check out the listings here, see what they've got, and then do a lap around that horseshoe. You will not be disappointed. And of course, if you want to know what sort of stock they have before heading in, jump on their Facebook page where they share that weekly marine fish list as well. And then while you're here, have a look through the tanker room and all the dry goods, and of course, all of the corals as well. No shortage of stock here at Williamstown Aquarium. All right, guys, there you have it. That was the tour of Williamstown Aquarium, and I'm sure you can all agree Jack has gone above and beyond and stocked those marine fish systems to the brim, full of gorgeous, gorgeous fish, seeing juvenile purple tangs, heaps and heaps of gem tangs, and a couple of things like possum wrasse and all of those gorgeous triggers was a sight to see. And that's before we get to the corals. Things like that gigantic showpiece Trachyphilia has to be one of the best I've ever seen, but definitely is the best I've seen in the last few years. And I've seen quite a few Trachyphilias, so that was an absolute pleasure to see in person. Now, with that in mind, if you are remotely in the area to Williamstown Aquarium, be sure to head on in store and check all of that gorgeous stock out, particularly if you saw any fish or any coral that you think would make a nice addition to your aquarium. And while you're in store, be sure to tell them you saw the video right here on Parker's Reefs. Now, if you are considering heading in store, or even if you're not planning to this weekend, I'd still highly encourage you to jump onto the Williamstown Aquarium Facebook page. Jack posts plenty of updates on there, and probably most importantly, often shares that digital fish list that we saw in the video today right up to Facebook, so you can see the full range that the store has in, along with their sizes and of course the all-important prices, before you even remotely consider getting in your car to head there, which I think is a really, really good idea, so you can suss out if they have the fish that you're looking for before you get there. Obviously with corals it's a little bit different. You can have a look at those at pictures online, but realistically you want to head on in store and check those out to get a full appreciation of both the colors and the size, and of course also, particularly when it comes to SBS, the growth and shape of them. Now, I do need to give a massive shout out and thank you to each and every one of my channel members whose names are appearing on screen here right now. These guys and girls do chip in a couple of bucks each and every month to make these videos possible, and I do humbly appreciate the support. I have also had a number of you over the last few weeks reach out and ask how you join the membership program. And I can say that if you are viewing this on a computer, there should be a join button down below the video there somewhere. If you are viewing it on a different device, the experience does differ, but ultimately you're looking for a join button, and that will take you to a page that has all of the information there. Now, I will say that it's not all about memberships. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, it takes 2 seconds of your time. It costs no money whatsoever. Likewise, there should be a subscribe button down there in the bottom corner, and that goes a huge way to helping get traction for this channel, which helps it out immensely. So if you're yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. I'd very much appreciate it. Now, I will also say that I have a number of fish shop tours coming up over the next few weeks, both here and also in Sydney. So all of you Melbourneites and all of you Sydney sliders, along with the rest of the world who want to see what these fish shops look like in Melbourne and Sydney, you're in luck, because I'm going to be touring a number of them over the next few weeks, and you'll find all of that content right here each week on Parker's Reefs. Now, I've got nothing else to add, so I'll wrap things up there. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, stay safe, keep reefing. Cheers, bye.